Hello from the happiest place on earth. All things are good. Oh, big stretch. It is brilliantly warm out today. I am so loving every minute of the warmth that we have here today. It's a little bit late in the day. It's after work. It's hot. But after the last couple of days of cold, and with the next couple of days of cold coming up, I'm going to take every moment that I can into sunshine. Are you guys all up in my boot again? Does it smell good? It probably smells like dog. Hi, JC. I know. You need all the attention. Look at this. What are you doing? Why are you leaning on your mama like that? You're so funny. She's awful tolerant. Whoop. They're very funny today. Of course, they're always pretty funny when it's warm. When the sun is out and it's warm and they can bask, these guys, they haven't had a whole lot of warmth. And when they do, it's only for a day or two at a time, and then we get back to cold. Look, I still have heat lamps on from last night when it was freezing, or below freezing, I should say. And now we're almost 80 degrees, so it's just a ridiculous weather. This guy, he is all over his mom today, and she is tolerating it. I'm not sure why, but good for her. Misty, on the other hand, has abandoned her children. She's left them to be with somebody else. She's like, you know what? You babysit for me. Here's her doeling, who decided to keep her ears somewhat semi-floppy. They're probably still going to stand up. And in fact, you can see that she is able to stand them up, but she's awful lazy about it. She's also the youngest kid out of the group. So sometimes when they're sleepy, I mean, look at Voodoo now. His ears are pretty dopey. His sister's ears are getting pretty dopey. So when they, I don't think it's conscious that they hold their ears up, but when they're tired, their ears tend to droop pretty hard. And then they're just normally erect. And then, of course, you've seen when they get their angry ears on. So everybody's got droopy ears today. They're all sort of melted in the sun. Isn't that right, buddy? So we've talked about a lot of things recently. Oh my gosh, so many things, right? We've talked about grooming goats and upcoming goat shows, and we've talked about registering kids and babies going home. We've had Hugo disasters and Hugo good things. We've had the 100 is best winner announcement. It's just been a lot going on lately. And I'm happy to just be able to sit here and enjoy for a few minutes. So here's where we are in terms of farmland. I've sent home a couple of different shipments of turkey eggs and duck eggs now. I'm about to set the incubator up. It's actually late. I usually start incubating a bit earlier in the season. But for what we have, most people wanted eggs this year, which is perfectly fine by me. So we've had many more egg orders go out the door than chicken duckling orders. But we've got some duckling orders that I'm going to be setting this weekend. So we'll have some baby birds in about a month. At the same time, I'm going to set a few extra turkey eggs. These turkey eggs may or may not hatch. They're actually, at this point, almost 2 weeks old. But it's always interesting to me, right? Like I would never in a million years sell a 2-week-old egg as a hatching egg. However, I will toss them in my incubator if I'm setting a clutch and see what happens. And 9 times out of 10, they hatch. So who knows? So we'll set a bunch of duck eggs. We're going to set some turkey eggs. And then a week after that, we're going to add some chicken eggs. Chickens take a week less time than ducks and turkey. So I want them all to hatch at the same time, if at all possible. Of course, there'll be a few that hatch early, a few that hatch a day late. But you still here with me, bud? But we'll get the incubator going. We'll get some things going. So let's see. It is the end of April right now. So right before Memorial Day, we'll have baby ducks, baby turkey, and some chicks. The chicks are for me. I don't have any chick orders yet. You're certainly welcome to put your chick order in, but I want some fresh chicks. I always try and refresh our flock. Chickens, you know, laying is hard on chickens, and the flock tends to ebb and flow naturally, and it's time to refresh. So we'll hatch out some chicks for me, and that's always fun. I like when I get to keep some chicks. Same thing, I'm going to hatch a whole bunch of ducklings. Most are for orders and have homes already, but a few are for me. We actually lost an older duck just last week in the chaos. I never mentioned it. She was one of my OG ducks, so she's, I don't know, she was going on 12 or 13. So I'm not upset about that at all. I think the winter was just hard on her, and going into laying season after such a hard winter on such an old duck just wasn't going to work for her. But want to have some, you kind of want to keep your flock fresh. He is so funny. Oh my goodness, you're going into death nap pose. Yeah, there's it's a beautiful breeze. Hot. I'm actually sweating just sitting here, but there's a beautiful breeze coming out. And it's so lovely to be here. I know there's no action. I know there's no playing. They're not jumping around. But in all honesty, it's just pleasant. Hi, mister. Oh, I touched your ear. Oh no. He's very funny. So you see how some of them come in and they actually want to be touched and rubbed? He wants to come in and he does want to be touched, but on his terms. And I did not adhere to his terms. His terms require me to put my hand down and let him do the work instead of the other way around where I can, where I do the work with these guys. Just his preference for the moment. It could change. There's his brother, never far. They're always together. I'm so glad they're going home together because those two are always together and they are double trouble. This little guy, huh? Hi. Oh, no, you were, yeah? Somebody chew on your ear a little bit? You've got your poof coming in. This is one of JC's bucks. He's our joker of the group. He really is a joker. And he's got his little hair poof coming in. Look, see these two. That joker is now going to go instigate. He's going to go start causing some trouble. So maybe we will get a little bit of playing. Or nursing. Or whatever. Whatever they feel like doing. So yeah, it's just been a crazy week. And I'm excited to move into bird season. We've got, as of this recording, I've got just 1 week until the goat show. So this weekend, unfortunately, today is it's Thursday evening at this point. Got to work tomorrow. And then Saturday or Sunday, I need to do first baths for Ren, Misty, and Persephone and get them prepped to travel with us to the show. Those first baths, unfortunately, are going to be done in 40-degree weather because after today, the cold is coming back, which is just bummer. If the camera's bouncing, it's because I've got little man here working with me and I can't help but rub him. So I'm rubbing him. I'm trying to film. Nothing much is happening down there. So we'll get those guys washed up and that'll be their first bath. Then it's back to work, of course, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then I'm taking a couple of days off, Thursday and Friday. Thursday is second bath day. So it'll be the same routine, but we're going to bathe everybody for the second time. And that'll get them as clean as they're going to get for the show, right? At the end of the day, they're goats. They're still going to get dirty. So we'll do that. And Friday we leave for the show. So it's a travel day. This weekend, I also have to vaccinate or give the first set of vaccines to our 4 younger kids who have not yet been vaccinated. So they're going to be due. Hi, buddy. Yeah, you came to see Mom because she came up to me. So vaccines, we're gonna give our second dose of spring wormer to Fanta and Emma. They get it a little preventively instead of my normal wait until I see their body condition, do a fecal count, and then worm. These guys at 14, they'll take it, they can have every bit of support I can give them, so they get a kind of a preventative wormer to help them stay as healthy and long-lived as they are. So it's a busy couple of days, weeks. Now we add in all the Hugo stuff. So if you saw the last video, right, like lots of little tasks and chores that need to be done throughout the day. So we'll navigate that as well. And if you've been following, you know that there was this whole landscaping project thing that was going on that Farm Hubby started, and I asked y'all to pray that some of the stuff bloomed. Well, we have 3 official lily blooms coming up through the mulch. So I think it worked. I think we're going to see most of his bulbs. I'm hoping most of his bulbs. I assume that these 3 early ones are a portender of things to come. But maybe once they're in bloom, we'll be able to get a couple of shots of that, and I'll share that with you. And I think that's about it for farm news today. I just wanted to be out here and be outside. Even the weatherman this morning said, make sure you spend time outside today. So here we are outside today. And I am loving every bit of it, Mr. Voodoo. Your mama got up, your sister got up, but you are being lazy. You better not be lazy in the show ring. I want perky ears. You know what we tell you guys? If you don't like naughty words, cover your ears. But we tell them, head up, tits out. Got to stand up straight. Push that chest out. Look pretty for the judge. Sorry, I had to. I couldn't resist. All right, on that note, here comes my little buddy. You're looking hairy too, my goodness. They're all getting so hairy. I think I'm going to cut it there, and I will see you at the next one. Until next time, there's work to be done. Bye for now.